open or should I open?
All right, I'll open. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, Altarians, Aquatarans, whoever else might be listening throughout the vast cosmos.
We
Welcome
still
to,
is that going to be our thing though?
I have no idea.
Because like we did that. I don't think we did that last time.
Eh, who knows? We're
I
still
mean,
experimenting.
whatever.
Um,
No, I mean, okay, we did that. Okay, we didn't do that last discussion talk.
yeah, but we
Think
did it for like one or two, yeah.
we did it for two. This is like just after two got put up. But this is going to be the third of the well, technically the fourth upload on this channel.
Welcome to
That
episode 4, even though this will probably be published in the third slot.
this is going to be probably published in like 2 days.
Mhm.
2 days tops. Or I mean, either this is episode 4 or it's like a spin-off thing, like a filler spin-off thing. Because I don't know, we're still like figuring that out. But anyway, this is
Do you want to walk that back and redo?
no.
All right.
Okay, no, unless you want to find stop. Let's stop
Oh,
recording. No,
anyway,
you don't want to. You think it's good?
it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. So, well, you know what? Your idea for the topic slash thingy. What are we doing here?
So what we're doing here, as you might be able to see on the screen, if you're watching, if not, then well,
Please
we'll just
watch.
hear as we speak.
Also, like, comment, and subscribe,
Yes, the
please.
standard all YouTube thing.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm that guy right now because we have only 6 subscribers.
One of them is myself on my main account. Anyway,
One of them is my dad.
anyway, uh, so what we're doing here, this was my idea, Warsmith, my idea. We are pretty much just doing a whole bunch of Power Rangers characters, um, Zordon era in this episode, and we're just going through them and placing them on the D&D style alignment chart of with the 3 axes of lawful, neutral, chaotic, sideways, and up and down being good, neutral, and evil.
Right.
It's not a perfect system. Many people have critiqued the problems with it. But this is something we're just doing sort of for fun and a video that's quick and relatively easy to make. Um,
Also, I just noticed that I can't see my mouse on this.
huh.
I mean, that's not a problem. I was like doing like I was like showing the audience like as you're saying. But it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, something quick and easy to make, and we'll probably end up in a whole bunch of rants about each character, but hopefully we'll be able to get. We'll be breaking these videos up unless need arises differently into Zordon era, which by our reckoning is seasons 1 through 6 with
Well, I considered Lost
yeah,
Galaxy part of the Zordon. I personally consider Lost Galaxy part of the Zordon era, but
well, yeah, that's what I was saying with seasons. Okay, so the way I break it up is seasons 1 through 6. In other words, Mighty Morphin through in space are Zordon era. Season 7 with season 7 being transitional. Seasons 7 through 9. No, season 7 through 10. In other words, Lost Galaxy through Wild Force being being
Saban.
being Saban era. Though Lost Galaxy is definitely a transitional season. It fits into slots of both Zordon era um and it's literally like smack way halfway between being a Zordon era season and being a Saban era season.
The same thing with Wild Forest, I would think.
Yeah,
Because
Wild
it's-
Force, there's a lot of interesting debate because even though it definitely was owned by Disney at this point, most of the writing staff and other people were staying on, and the prop department was literally in the same place. It was pretty much, same people, different bosses, but some of those, bosses' ideas were trickling through.
Right.
And then there's Disney era, which some people split into Disney era and Kalish era, but I really don't care. These being
Well, I don't get that because like that's like you only have 2 seasons then.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
These being seasons 11 through
If you want
I
to just use
I'm just gonna use titles from now on.
Yeah, just use
Being Ninja Storm through RPM. And then the Neo Saban era is Samurai through Samurai
Ninja Steel.
through Ninja Steel, yes. And then
I'm gonna queue up like an MMPR toys
yeah.
like an MMPR
Yeah. And then there's the Hasbro, which once we hit that, I don't know with like what we're gonna do, like whether we'll just stop and just not tackle the Hasbro era, or whether or not we'll
we're just gonna lump it in with Saban era, probably Neo Saban era, probably.
yeah.
I mean whatever.
But right now we are dealing with the first 6 seasons of Power Rangers. And Eli has very graciously compiled a metric ton of them that we'll go through.
Characters, not just Rangers. We
all characters, especially
basically sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, no, you go ahead.
Yeah, basically like anyone who has like notoriety within the Zordon era, I've sort of just put them here on this sort of whatever, pretty much just any ranger, any hero, villain with like I guess impact, and any just sort of notable character. Did I forget Vulcan Skull? Did I forget to put Vulcan Skull on here? I have 1 second. I think
you have Phenomenos. If you somehow manage to get Phenomenos and not Vulcan Skull, then I shrug my shoulders.
Oh crap! I forgot to put Vulcan Skull. He's in the other file. 1 second. Give me like 2 seconds. He's in the other file. They're in the other file. Or did I forget to download them? Or I have Phenomenus. I have Tommy's brother. Like on. I just didn't. I forgot to download them. Give me like 2 seconds. Warsmith, entertain now.
Yeah.
Entertain.
Yeah. The one thing, when people please prepare your drinks as to how many side tangents we will happen to get on off on today, because we will assuredly get it, because this is essentially in theory a straightforward video that should take us no more than like 20 minutes, but watch how we will somehow manage to get onto multiple side tangents, because well, that's the point of this. And we'll just have fun together, and we'll see how everything goes.
Don't worry, we got this. Give me like 2 more seconds. I just need to find the right picture.
I'd recommend maybe grabbing the picture of them from the In Space intro, because that's just a good picture of them together. If you can find that one.
I've literally the easiest picture I can find. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, and my art. now that my entire archive is missing, I can't just grab it. A little annoying.
Yeah, let me just. There we go. Where are they?
Probably down at
Probably
the
here.
bottom. Well, they've definitely
Well,
been added. I see that it shifted around, one space.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is this organized by? Is this organized by what? No, it's not alphabetically. I don't. Oh, it is a little bit. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so they're yeah, okay, they're
Oh,
here.
there they
They're on
are up
top.
the top. Okay, that's a great shot for them.
Yeah. Yeah, Morphin Legacy. By the way, these pictures are provided by Morphin Legacy. Go check out their site. They're like way better than Ranger Wiki when it comes to like resources. Um, if you want to make, I don't know, if you want to make a Power Rangers video like ours, I guess just
Yeah.
yeah. Let's I get whatever. Just yeah,
Let's get
not
started. One
sponsored.
fun aesthetic thing is that now that it's there, it's actually pushed the two alphas onto the same level.
Yeah.
So that actually just like looks better visually.
Also, kind of disclaimer. I do not. I mean, I know I have not watched Turbo and Zeo in a while, so it's for the Turbo and Zeo characters, it's gonna be a little like exclusive. It's gonna be a little hazy for me.
Honestly,
Uh,
unfortunately, same. It's been as we've established in previous videos, it's been a while since I've actually watched or even like gone back and like majorly visited a lot of the older shows. I really do need to do that at some point.
I I mean, whatever. I'm gonna probably honestly, I want to watch Zeo again. Um, I want to, I guess, sit down and watch because I do like Zeo. I remember really liking it as a kid. I watched okay. For those of you who are uninformed, I guess before we get into this thing, uh, we are not '90s kids at all. We grew up in the 2000s. Power Rangers for us, like introduction wise, was very different than the stereotypical um
Most of the
you
people
know
who are talking about Power Rangers on YouTube now.
yeah I grew up watching MMPR also on Toon Disney and Jetix. I'd never forget it. But you know yeah, I
What
watched it. What? Sorry, go ahead.
was Dino Thunder your first season, or is it just the one that happened to become your favorite?
Okay, Dino Thunder was my first season. That's but it happened to become my favorite for like other reasons also. Probably maybe nostalgia bias is probably a big part of that.
Well, you
But
you managed to get the jump on me because even though I somehow managed to have Halloween costumes of both Dino Thunder Red, SPD Blue, and I distinctly remember having, I'm pretty sure someone got me like the Thunder Source Megazord for a toy, though I might be misremembering a Dinobot Transformer in its place. Um I did not actually like start watching Power Rangers again into Power Rangers until 2008, which was Jungle Fury. That's one of those reasons that I am, you know, one of like I highly advocate Jungle Fury because I have the same sort of nostalgia thing for it, and it's just a great season. But I'm not going
oh yeah, it is.
to
It's
derail right now into a whole thing about Jungle Fury.
yeah. I actually like as a kid, I dressed up as I think Tommy from Dino Thunder.
Huh.
Either it was Tommy uh or I was gonna say Billy, but what's his name?
Uh,
Uh,
Brent?
no, not Trent.
Connor? Oh,
Blue. Ethan, yeah. Like I was gonna say Billy because Blue Ranger, who's like good with tech.
Triceratops Ranger, good with tech.
Triceratops Ranger, who's good with like yeah, because of, yeah. But like but yeah, I dressed as like either or one year. Um, but yeah. Let's just get into this. We could maybe discuss our history with the franchise
Yeah.
another time. If you want it in the comments, please comment, please. We're begging you.
All
You
right.
can't see it, but I'm on my knees. I'll be on my knees editing this video the entire time. Okay, who do you want to start with?
I was about to ask you. So, do we want to start with the Rangers or with side characters?
Um, let's go with let's go with Rangers. Tommy's right here, so get this guy out of the way.
So, I would say, um, Tommy, like most of the Rangers, honestly, and this is going to be a trend we're going to see with most of the MMPR era Rangers. I would say fall into the category of neutral good. Um, Simply because, like, here's a clarification not a lot of people get. That is that neutral good and lawful good are not, they get those two confused, but neutral good is good for good's sake, while lawful good is it actively pains someone to go against the rules.
Yeah,
Obviously,
the Rangers sometimes do go against the rules for the greater good.
yeah, but the difference is like someone who's lawful good will go against the rules for the greater good, but they'll be incredibly bothered by the fact that they have to go against the rules.
Do you think this is like small enough for like all the other
I mean,
guys
it's
who are going to be
small
looking?
enough. Problem is now you can't tell what's there. um,
Well, we saw
yeah,
him putting in. By the way, everything looks smooth on your end, right? Like the way I put it in, or
yeah, smooth enough.
like there's no choppiness because I'm not looking at OBS right now, and I don't want to have to look back and forth in OBS just to.
Yeah, there's no choppiness.
Okay, good, because I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have a second monitor to look at OBS to see if like everything like works out.
Yep. Yeah.
So I guess all the Rangers are kind of placed around. Let's stick with MMPR.
Yeah,
I'm just
especially.
gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Aisha just because she's like right here.
Okay.
I didn't have a better picture for her, so this is just her morphing. Like everyone I kind of just gave like like unique pictures.
Uh-huh.
Like if they're like one thing, like they're known for being like one specific ranger over another. I just used like I guess they're more iconic ranger or
Yeah,
if
that
they're
makes
two.
sense.
Yeah, like this is gonna be
Like Rocky is.
Rocky, and Zeo Gold is gonna be Trey,
Yeah.
as opposed Jason is gonna be MMPR Red.
Okay.
I'm saying like I'm just kind of like
Mhm.
just to make it like easier, so I don't have to use like two slightly different pictures of MMPR Red or
Yeah.
Zeo Gold, because they're the same character, so why not?
Yep.
Uh,
I would
yeah.
say, yeah. Unless you have other thoughts, I would say Aisha probably falls into neutral good. Um,
Aside from her being like mildly competitive, like at some points,
yeah.
uh, like I'm not like the Boom comics kind of flesh her out a little bit more because I'm currently reading current line of Boom comics, which you're right, yeah, you're like kind of up to date and you get Aisha's character, right?
Yeah.
Comics. I mean, we're not discussing that. But I'm saying like it's just like
Yeah. I
but
mean,
you know what I'm saying? Where like they give her like they kind of flesh her out a little bit more.
the
Give her like
comics
an extra.
really sort of do it specific. Like part of their mandate is like flesh out the characters more.
Right.
Because it's like, let's be honest. Part of the reason why pretty much all the original Rangers just fall into the neutral good category is because guess what? A lot of them, and this is something everyone knows the original seasons are criticized for, are essentially wooden boards with
Yeah.
basic character traits built on. Strange enough, makes Zach and pretty much makes Zach the most memorable of them simply because he had something going on other than basic goody two shoes.
Right.
Yeah. You take over for this for a little bit. I'll be back in just a second.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
Did I? Yeah, okay. Oh, cat's up there. Cat's see you. Kimberly. Kimberly is also kind of falls under the same boat. I'd say like her like like Tommy being in well Tommy was in more seasons, but her being being in all 3 seasons sort of yeah, I don't know like I don't know, like she's like the very like like all them like to recycle and do environmental stuff like she kind of like the one who like brings it up usually. So I'm just gonna squeeze her. I'm gonna ask Warsmith like her thoughts on Kimberly when he comes back. I hope like I'm making just check OBS to see real quick.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, thoughts on Kimberly?
Kimberly. So, Kimberly, do you think there's an argument to be made for her to be chaotic? Nah, right.
No, I mean, well, let's hear your argument for that. Let's hear that.
I really don't have one. It just sort of the more I had the thought of her supposed to be more of a free spirit than most of the other ones, but um, there really, really isn't much there. Um, it just honestly, I'm just sort of pulling pretty much anything I can for the original set of Rangers.
Right, like I said, she's like kind of, I guess, kind of her like more of her only personality traits that kind of stands out. Like she's kind of like the environmentalist of the group to a certain degree.
Yeah, but Trini also got shoved to that spot. It's
Right, but like she's like I don't know. I guess she like stuck around the longest. So that's why.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like Kimberly and Billy, Kimberly, Billy, and Tommy really are the ones that ended up getting decent levels of character development. Not so much because their characters were given arcs, so much as just that
Their
um
actors like fell into their
yeah,
characters, so to
or just
speak.
like managed to adjust the roles over time.
Yeah.
Or it's like just stuff ended up happening. It's like, well, when you play a character for 100 plus episodes, you're going,
You kind of know how they tick.
yeah, your stuff is going to happen to your character that's going to start to inform the way you play them, regardless of whether or not it's meant to be scripted or not.
Right. I guess Trini next because we brought her up and she's right here.
Yeah. Trini is interesting because I think there might be some arguments because of her higher levels of discipline to think of her to be lawful good,
Because of like
but
uh
maybe that's just
like her,
because she falls more into the martial arts thing.
well like that's that's Tommy and Jason also.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I mean like if we're gonna have to put her in lawful good, then we'd have to put Tommy and Jason in lawful good.
that's true. Yeah, and honestly, none of them really fit there.
Right.
Um, yeah.
Like Tommy and Jason are like fanatics about um
About their martial arts, yeah.
yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, it's like their personalities, especially when they first came in, were essentially, you know, karate guy one and then better karate guy.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. That looks nice.
mhm. Yeah, I think you'll probably fit though. The amount of character glut we're gonna end up in neutral good will end up probably.
like I just like that's why I made him this small.
Yeah,
Like that's because I know.
yeah,
Because I know.
yeah,
Zach.
yeah. Zach is the only one of the original trio that there, well, not trio, the original five that there is an argument to be made for him being chaotic good.
Like like what? Because he's more of a free bird.
Pretty much. That's about it. Simply because he's still a goody two shoes, but he's a lot more just open and relaxed than the other characters.
Yeah, he tries to hook up with that girl. What's her name?
Um, I don't.
It was in season 2. It was like a thing.
Yeah,
It was like an. It was like kind of like an. I'd hesitate to call it an arc.
yeah,
Right. Like I remember like consist like specifically like he like like tries to impress her and then like he kind of like fails constantly. It's kind of like yeah, Zach was kind of like the only character on that show to kind of have character,
that's what I mean.
which is a good thing when you're doing 60 plus episodes of a show.
Yeah, that,
Uh,
and I think simply because of how different he is, even though he probably doesn't warrant it so much. At least compared to the others, I say we should put him in chaotic good just because.
just because there's gonna be no one else there.
And I don't think there's going to be anyone there for quite a while, to be honest.
I'm gonna put him like all the way at like the edge. Or like halfway. I'm gonna put him halfway in between. And then we'll see how messy that
So like neutral, good, leaning, chaotic.
like yeah. Like kind of like here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's a little bit of a, free spirit. Um maybe something a little bit more like this, honestly. But like whatever. This probably looks a little better. This is the dividing line. All right. Jason is he's the stoic Red Ranger, or
Yes.
stoic Sixth Ranger. Um,
Pretty much the poster boy for neutral good as much as you can get.
yeah, he's pretty much Tommy, like essentially, like stoic Red Ranger and stoic Sixth Ranger.
Mhm.
That's Tommy and Jason in a nutshell.
Mhm. Admittedly, if the like story ideas that I think it was Amit Bamik and stuff had planned for like what Ninja Storm would have been like with Project Hexagon,
Right.
there would be reason to reclassify him possibly as chaotic good. But
Like Hexagon didn't. Also, we're only taking
yeah,
into
it
account
didn't end
into
up
the
happening.
the
So
Zordon era. Because like if we're taking into account like the Disney era, I'm gonna put Tommy in chaotic good just for his like Dino Thunder shit.
yeah, I don't think we will. Not until maybe later.
Like you're right, but I'm saying we're only taking into account like the Zordon era, but like let's be honest, if we're taking in the entire franchise, probably chaotic good for his involvement in the Tyrannodromes alone.
Yeah.
So let's just
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm kind of pointing out like
Yeah.
Hexagon wouldn't even be a factor.
Yeah. But
Uh,
like the other thing I was pointing out is that like aside for that, like maybe like the characters that show up in later seasons, we'll just do them again, and see what their characters like at that time.
right. Well, notable characters.
Yeah, or
Like
appearances too.
yeah, like I guess like at this point, like it's less messy just because the Zordon era was kind of so interconnected. It didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, did we run out of MMPR Rangers? No, we got Billy. Well, I mean, also we got Cat Aish, Cat,
Yeah.
Cat,
Yeah.
Rocky,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Adam.
Yeah.
Cat, Rocky, and Adam. But like, I got whatever. We'll do that. We'll do them next.
I almost want to. I would say maybe the same way that Zach is neutral, good, chaotic, adjacent. I'd probably put Billy there too. not there, but in the same thing, but for lawful. And that's
Right.
probably more just because he likes rules, because he's the token science character.
Yeah, he's the science boy who makes the Zords happen and the whatever. And
Mm.
yeah, I get that.
We'll probably have
I
to do maybe as like a point 0.5 episode, or like a rematch, or there's something, maybe at some point later down the line we should remake a version of this specifically for their comic book counterparts, because
yes, because
I would put
that's a whole entire different debate.
yeah, they're completely
That
different characters. I would actually mind if I spoil where I would actually put Billy on a comic book Billy.
chaotic good.
Yeah, I would actually
Yeah,
I would put comic book Billy in chaotic good.
yeah. That's like for sure. That's like yeah.
Yeah.
Read the Boom comics, guys. They're fun. I think they're starting to get a little too tropey, but I still pick up an issue twice a month. I'm not really interested in like the other sub books, but like the main two books are okay.
Mhm.
So I still think the best run was the initial run.
Oh, yeah.
That's just me. And I have a friend who was completely turned off by them because of Beyond the Grid, and dude, I feel really sorry for you. Beyond the Grid is ass, and no one deserves to read that.
It's a shame,
Um,
because the idea of getting a whole bunch of different Rangers together is a cool one, but you know,
yeah, Beyond the
definitely could
Grid
have been
is
handled better.
for sure. Like the writer didn't know the characters, and the new
Yeah.
character
I mean,
was
to be
the new
honest,
characters are just a little too depressing. I think.
yeah, and also to be honest, I find that I find that the boom characterizations of a whole bunch of characters um are off in just sort of the weirdest ways. Like,
Right. Also, can I just want to like kind of like make a side tangent on this side tangent.
go ahead.
Um uh uh oh man. Side tangent. Zio Yellow and what's her name again? Tanya. Thank you. Tanya. I'm Tanya and what not titanium. What's Magna Defender name again?
Mike,
Mike, yeah. Tanya and Mike is kind of statutory.
which, sorry, what do you mean in that case?
Like the relationship is kind of statutory
Okay.
because like there's like because Mike is like probably like 22 and Tanya has to be like 17 at that point.
Oh yeah, people keep forgetting. I think honestly, people, like, even the writers forgot that's like, oh yeah, these are all supposed to be teenagers.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah,
but like he has to be at least 22 because he's been like the military for at least for like a while.
yeah.
And
Like, I got the feeling that Mike was at least like middle rank, like enough to have like a small amount of command authority.
right, but like you don't get that shit when you're 18.
Yeah,
Like if Mike was 18, that would be a different story, but like he's like 22 and
yeah,
that's kind of maybe you can make the argument that Tanya's 18 already, but that's like a stretch,
yeah.
considering that they only graduate in Turbo and
Mm,
like a little bit into Turbo at that point.
yep.
No, the first episode, I think, right? That's the first
Um,
episode.
yes, I believe so.
Okay, whatever. They graduate by the first episode, which is not the movie, and I don't know, whatever. It's a little. I'm not saying it's definitively statutory. I'm saying it's a little statutory.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, what were you saying? I'm
Uh,
sorry.
oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, it's just that like some of the characters are just written in some very weird sort of ways, where it's like they got the idea behind the character, and then it's like in the middle, it just went off to the side somewhere.
Like
Um,
with Cam.
yeah, I guess so.
Cam was like the worst. Like
I think that kind of
Art.
makes sense because he was deliberately, I think, trying to channel cybercam, to a certain degree.
You know that she probably wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
There's no way that like cybercam's not a niche thing, but like only someone who's really watched the show kind of knows what cybercam is.
Like he deliberately actually has a line. It's like, well, I guess I need to be the funny guy now.
Yeah.
Um.
But like he always was like very more like still kind of him.
Yeah.
Like he didn't like try to whatever. I
Like,
don't know.
I'm not even though talking about like Beyond the Grid and stuff. Like I'm just talking about like whenever they do other non-core MMPR characters in general. Like for example, I'm reading I forget what it's called, like Apprentice of Darkness or whatever it's called. The thing that has the Phantom Ranger and Astronema in it, and it's like I got this a little bit when Astronema showed up um in Power Rangers, in the Power Ranger book, but the way they do it,
Naming is fun. Naming confusing for later books are fun.
yeah. The way her character is built is confusing to me, and it like personally ticks me off in like this weird way because it's like the way they're writing the character, not bad, but unfortunately, it's like doesn't jive with like the way Astronema was.
They're trying to do a be with the heart, but
Pretty much.
like a longer. I respect that, and I can sort of see what they whatever it.
Yeah, we'll get to Astronema.
We'll get to like Astronema in the Boom comics, the whole can of worms.
Yeah.
I'm so freaking depressed because of all the things I've done all the time.
In the Boom comics. That's a separate thing.
Like
that's what I'm saying. Both Boom and Caron's personalities like just don't really work for me in those comics.
Be the Astronema, the Boom.
Yeah.
She's still the same character. I mean, we're not going to rank her, like, as Caron because she doesn't really. Whatever. We'll get to her eventually. Let's do the rest of the MMPR Rangers.
Yeah.
The 3 here, and then we'll do the aliens, and then we'll do Tanya.
So
Ninjor, right?
Yeah.
Also Ninjor, but whatever.
So for the second wave, MMPR Rangers, Aisha, Adam, and Rocky.
Well, Aisha's already here, so
yeah, I know. But I would say all 3 of them. Maybe it's simply because the writing had loosened up a little bit by season 2, but I feel like they're actually a little more chaotic than just the straight up goody two shoes of the original Rangers. They're still definitely neutral good, but
right.
I'd say they're closer to Zach simply because of the fact that the writing had loosened up a little bit by this point, and also it's more than 60 episodes in. So
Adam is kind of, I feel like, a blander Zach.
Yeah, that's true. Like that's why I said none of them are really, like the same level of relaxed as Zach is. But I think just to a certain degree, because there had been 60 episodes already, because I think season 1 was like over 50 episodes, they had sort of run out of the basic goody two shoes things to do with like most of the other Rangers.
Right.
So they had to differentiate them from the other ones to some degree. So
That's
I think
true.
those things force them to be slightly more, I wouldn't say nuanced, but they're noticeably not as I mean,
Because there's ever when I think of a nuanced character, I think of Rocky.
That's what I was about to say. Because Rocky,
Rocky's a bitch. I'm sorry, he's a bitch ranger.
Yeah, he is incredibly bland.
Yeah. If you ever if you ever met a slot filler, you'll I'm sorry, if you ever, want to know what a slot filler is, that's Rocky.
Yeah, it's like here's the thing. Functionally, he's exactly the same as Jason. He's supposed to be, admittedly, he's not the leader of the team, but it's like Jason makes a good hero build. Rocky doesn't.
But Rocky had the gambling episode, remember?
That's true. Um,
That's his one contribution to society. And he helped that kid out during Hanukkah or something, right? What right. No, he got like super depressed that Jason took back his place.
I mean that
Those are his
sense.
three. No, oh, sorry. Yeah, he broke his back in a karate tournament, like something charity, right? Those
Yeah.
are his like four notable character moments
Yeah.
throughout CO, Turbo, and MMPR. Those.
You want to know how bad Rocky was? Um, Rocky is Steve Cardenas, right?
Yeah.
If Steve Cardenas had managed to show up in Forever Red, he was going to show up as, I think, Jason's butler.
Yeah, I got like that's right. That's true. I still don't think that should have happened that way. I think if Steve Cardenas should have showed up in Forever Red, I think he should have been Ninja Red.
Yeah.
That's like my thing. The ninja, like he should have been like Ninja Ranger power, and then like he turns into the ninja
Yeah.
ranger suit, Mighty Morphin Ninja Ranger, because those are technically that's a power set, man.
Yeah.
That's like a
The
base
only
form.
power set it's the
Yeah,
one that he doesn't share with anyone else aside for Zeo Blue.
right. Well, like, in terms of like Red Ranger stuff, that's like his Red Ranger suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that's the thing. Those three characters really did do a much better job of coming into their own during season 3. I guess simply because we like they got their own costumes, so they weren't like always constantly staring in the shadows of the original 3.
right. Not to mention, sorry if like by the way, for anyone at home, sorry if like this is all like not just organized well. It would have been a lot worse if I had to use Photoshop because luckily I found a template for this. At what point I was like, I was gonna have to use Photoshop, but no, we have a template. This is good. But like this, but yeah, sorry, this is not like super uniform, but like it's kind of hard to make this super uniform. All right, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just like yeah. Um, I will say, um, so let's see, I,
Cat
I
is let's talk about Cat because Cat had an arc.
yeah, I don't think it's enough to move her into either the lawful or chaotic categories.
No, it's not, but
But I
it's
will say she is
worth
definitely
a discussion.
much
It's
more.
worth a discussion.
Yeah, she's definitely a much more interesting character than pretty much any of the other Mighty Morphin Rangers. I would actually say.
Right, for her like monster thing, and also for the fact that the whole uh Tommy girlfriend thing.
Yeah.
That put her in like a position where like she actually got development pretty early on
Hmm.
and also into Zeo.
I would also like to say that I think, to be honest, in terms of evil people or like brainwashed ranger stories, I think she honestly, and I know some people, if anyone
Well, she's
ever,
not she didn't become a ranger until after.
that's true, but that's why I meant it to evil, deep brainwashed people. I would say, and I know that whenever people do eventually come here and like end up typing in comments, whenever that ends up happening, some people are going to try to eviscerate me for this, but I think they actually did that storyline better with Kat, at least on a character level, than Tommy. because even though Tommy is a great story on a narrative level,
No, I understand what you're saying. Pretty much everything was brushed aside with Tommy, except for like 2 or 3 instances.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, it was direct mind control. But the thing is, like, Tommy, I need to go check Green with Evil again. But Tommy,
But
throughout,
Tommy was a dick in Green with Evil, but like
yeah,
in the
that's
best
what
way.
I'm saying. Like, when
Yeah,
he was clearly, okay, I am bad kid now.
yeah,
Not be subtle about me being evil at all. While
yeah.
Kat, on the other hand, actually did a good bit of manipulating and stuff while she was evil. Like, she actually used the fact that I am a person and I will subtly infiltrate your group and get you to, like me and eventually put yourselves in danger for me. Um, I mean? That's what I mean. It's like I think her brainwash story is definitely a lot handled a lot better than Tommy's.
Right. Just like kind of, like the whole like some parts of the Trent arc. Um,
Yeah.
like honestly, like I just kind of I recently watched the bike episode, where Trent handed off a bike to Tommy as like a peace offering, and like it turned out to be a
Yeah.
trap.
Trapped him in amber.
Yeah. No, that was those are two different. Um, he trapped him in Amber later, I think.
Right.
I watched half of it. That's why I can't necessarily say for sure. I
Yeah.
watched like the first half, but
Yeah.
um,
It's like as good as Mighty Morphin was, and it's like Green with Evil did an excellent job in terms of like building suspense and like doing things for the show.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, Green with Evil like still holds up to this day. MMPR, for like the MMPR detractors, like like myself, sometimes. MMPR just when it did shit good, it did stuff really good. Like the first quarter of season 2 was actually very good.
Yeah, that's true. And Zed's introduction was excellent.
You know what? Let's save that for when we discuss Zed,
Yeah.
because
But
where they were. Yeah, save
yeah,
it for when
the
we
thing
discuss
is
Zed.
a lot of even though a lot of seasons paid homage to it, I think it's arguable that a lot of the other later seasons did the Evil Ranger introduction definitely different and in some cases a lot better. Um
Yeah,
I,
like Titanium was probably a lot like there was a lot better of an example
I
as
think
the Evil
Cat
Ranger.
actually is a good example of this,
No,
where
right. No, I'm agreeing with you also. Just
no, because I think the difference comes down to this, and that is that from a narrative standpoint, I'd say Green with Evil is one of the best. From a character standpoint, I would say most of the other ones do better.
right.
Like what I mean is like doing interesting things with the characters and doing interesting things with this. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Character.
Green with Evil was like a movie. You could watch it like standalone.
Mhm.
But like if you want but its ramifications throughout the series are very minimal. Otherwise, that Tommy joins the group of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like when it comes to like most Evil Ranger storylines, like redemption arcs later, you definitely have a sense that the writers want to
Actually do something interesting with this.
right, like like Ryan was Commander Mitchell's lost son and Dana's brother, right? Um,
And did a whole bunch of story drive for them.
yeah,
And then there was like
uh,
an entire like whole thing about him like actually feeling guilty and deliberately wanting to leave town. We'll get to that next episode. But
right. I was just like, I'm just kind of, I want to kind of go through that. Like Eric wasn't exactly evil Ranger, but he didn't like the Time Force Ranger
yeah,
or Trent and his whole thing. I gotta say, Ninja Storm's Evil Ranger arc was kind of stupid, but just a little bit stupid. And like ties on at the very least. Like I liked what they tried to do with it, even though it kind of fell flat. Like it just didn't
definitely
really.
gets points for being unique, where it's like one of the few ones that doesn't. It and Ninja Storm do have one thing going for it, and that's that there's no brainwashing involved for the most part.
Well, Taizan is like a halfway because Moltor didn't exactly tell him the truth.
Well, I would say Taizon.
Like he pretty much like he told him like what he wants, but like he's he's just like, I'm not telling you what we're doing here. With Lothar, he like just 100% lied to him. It was like Taizan's like a halfway truth. I don't know, whatever.
Taizon's just blackmail for the most part. Essentially,
It's not blackmail though. It's like more like right, okay, yeah, it's blackmail because he wants to pervert him.
Right.
Yeah. It's like I'm a monster and I want to turn back to human. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or Mercurian or
yeah.
What I'm sorry if I'm wasting everyone's time. Also, I've said some stupid things probably in the past 5 minutes, haven't I?
We're here to ramble.
Yeah, we're here to ramble.
We should put that as the tagline.
We're here to ramble.
We ramble.
We ramble a lot, yeah. I guess let's just do Kanye just because we did the rest of the Rangers.
I think.
Yeah. No, we did Aisha.
No, that's yeah, Aisha. The fact that Tanya and Aisha are separate characters, I don't even remember if there is a substantive difference between
them. I think there's at least more than Rocky and Jason.
Well, see, that's the funny thing. There is to me a substantive difference between Rocky and Jason, but that's more just because of the things that Jason isn't.
Rocky isn't.
Rocky isn't.
Right.
Rocky is notable essentially for just being
there when Jason wasn't.
Jason minus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Tanya at least like kind of had like her little like moments with like, like not really belonging. Like she had like every once in a while, but not like super frequent.
Yeah. And then there was the whole thing with her parents and stuff with
yeah.
That led into Org the Conqueror. Or
yeah,
Conqueror or did he have a different title? I think it was called
Conqueror. Yeah, it was Oric the Conqueror. Don't we're gonna get to him. He's a conqueror, but he doesn't conquer.
He's a conqueror of evil.
Yes.
He conquers evil.
Yeah. But yeah, she's like aside from that, she doesn't really have like much to offer, which is kind of sad. And also the Boom comics did her dirty. So neutral good it goes.
Yep. Yeah. It's like she literally just like slotted into it's like for all intents and purposes, like I wonder if like anyone in Angel Grove even remembers that Aisha exists. You know what I mean?
Let's not get to like theories.
Or just all the memories of Aisha are just replaced with Tanya.
Right. Let's just Alien Rangers, neutral good. Is that
Alien Rangers? Yeah. Pretty much all of them are going in either neutral or lawful good.
Let's just say neutral because we don't really know a lot about them.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm
people leave your comments, your thoughts in the comments below, but as I archive various seasons, should I put Alien Rangers in its own separate archive, separate from MMPR season 3? Or should it be MMPR season 3 and then like maybe a folder inside, or it's like how should that be organized? You make the call.
Well, the YouTube uploads I think are just kind of lumped into season 3.
Yeah.
By the way, he's talking about buying DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about buying DVDs and buying stuff on Amazon. So, yeah, we're not.
No
Let's talk about
measures going on here.
nope. Well, okay. Gokaiger isn't like the pirate word. It's the Kaizaku is the pirate word. It means pirate. But yeah, I mean, let me just safe to do this. Wait, did you go somewhere? Dude? You just bro, you freaking left me. Left me.
Sorry.
You had to take a whiz or something. You just couldn't hold it in. Yeah.
Sort of. Anyway.
Okay, let me just finish. I got 2 more aliens to slot in. I know it.
So yeah, you have to move Jason over there as well. Oh wait, no, you did. Okay.
No, I have Jason.
Yeah, no, because I was seeing Zio Gold, and see
that's
the funny thing.
Well, Zio, that's for Trey.
Yeah, I know. But like that's the funny thing. It's like I don't think. I guess maybe it's because like, strangely enough, I think of Zio Gold more as. Maybe it's because honestly, when it comes down to it, Rocky and Jason actually had the Red Ranger suit for roughly equal time. Jason a little bit longer than Rocky, I think, but like kind of like the same way that we think of Zio Blue as being Rocky. I kind of think of Zio Gold in a similar way.
I get that. I mean, like, obviously Jason is the true Zio Gold.
Mm-hmm.
But I like, for the sake of like having like different looks.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to put Jason here.
Yeah.
This is Rocky, and this is Trey because they all had different Ranger suits. Also, Trey.
I mean, do we want to move on to Zio now, or
we kind of already did.
I guess. I guess we'll just go through a whole bunch of the earlier Rangers, like until like the ones before Turbo. By the way, do you have Justin there? I don't know if I saw when you were.
Yeah, we have Justin. I have Justin. I did.
Yeah, there he is. Okay.
I did Justin. I did everyone else.
Yeah, in their space suits. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Trey of Triforia is actually the first Ranger we could completely shift over into a different category.
Lawful good, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because he's like all wise and stuff.
Yep. All wise and actually has like a defined code and rules and like more advanced things he has to follow, aside for just the this is the good thing. I will be I will do it. And I guess since he's an alien, it's not like he's breaking any rules by not revealing his identity.
Right.
So it's like, congratulations. We had to go to a completely an alien ranger to shift over one category. One category.
Yeah. We have 6 alien rangers who are stuck in this place, but no, only one alien ranger here.
Yeah.
Let's I guess is Ninjor here?
He is.
Ninjor's right here.
So,
he's not a ranger, but whatever. Lawful good, I think, for me.
Where would you put Ninjor?
Lawful good.
Strange enough, I actually almost feel like Ninjor is more chaotic, strangely enough.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Ninjor never really seemed to have a defined code to me. Yeah, he talks about the code of the ninja, but he definitely seems more free spirited than pretty much like most other people, strangely enough.
Huh.
I mean, like, do you feel that he conducts himself with like a very specific code or anything along those lines?
Well, he did refuse the Rangers to give them powers. until they brought up Zordon.
Yes, but that was more of like a test or something. Um,
I, I'm gonna go off your judgment here because this is your thing.
um, I would put him kind of in the same space as Zach, honestly.
Sure.
He definitely seems to have a lot more fun with himself.
Right.
Takes himself rather lightly.
It says Dudley Do Right voice that they, for some reason, couldn't get right in the Power Rangers Street Fighter crossover.
Yeah, it's like
I'm still mad about that.
I mean, I can't blame you. It's like most notable thing about Ninja, or aside, it's like mostly his voice. It's like I'm pretty sure most people remember him more for his voice than for his armor.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird. Why is it that there's no Magna Defender debate about Ninja? Or is it just because he doesn't morph?
I think it's that's it. Or maybe because he's like very bulky.
You know, I think it is. I think it's because he doesn't morph and he doesn't have and he never has the title Ranger in his name.
Like, Magna Defender never had the title.
I know, but the thing is like the closest thing is like think about why do people not argue about the Phantom Ranger? Well, it's simple. It's because he has Ranger in his name.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But people still argue about the Blue Centurion. I've seen people talk about that, even though whatever.
I would not count the Blue Centurion as a Ranger.
I wouldn't either, but people kind of do for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go on to you know what? Let's do Zordon now.
Would you put Zordon as lawful good?
I would. Because he has
rules. The one who set down the rules and stuff like that. Like the Power Rangers are obeying his rules. The Great Wizard of Head or the giant floating head in a tube were one of the parts of Power Rangers that gets mocked the most often.
I mean, it is stupid.
I mean, it is
like objectively.
Let's think about this for a second. 9 times out of 10, or like 7 out of 10 times nowadays, when you see something mocking a giant floating head, they're mocking Power Rangers and not the Wizard of Oz. And how weird.
Yeah. I mean, because the 90s happened in between now and the Wizard of Oz.
I guess, but it's like think about it. Zordon is most likely referencing the Wizard of Oz. It's like,
oh, definitively. That's like that's like kind of obvious.
Power Rangers like season Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is channeling the Wizard of Oz hard.
Yeah.
So hard. It's like think about it. It's the Barbara Goodson, the voice of Rita Repulsa, was literally told to do a Wicked Witch of the West voice.
Well, that was the Pandora was kind of that, though, specifically.
Flying Monkey Servant.
Yeah, like that's kind of that was her shtick in the Sentai also.
It's a witch who lives in a palace who has a flying monkey servant.
Who has flying monkey servants.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Like, that squat, yeah.
Squat. Yeah.
Flying monkey servants versus a wizard, because I think Zordon was actually, I think, originally described as a wizard.
Yeah.
A wizard that's a floating head.
Yep.
The only way this could be more is if Alpha turned out to be the man behind the curtain.
Or didn't we joke about that once?
Yes, we did.
Like I remember like you were by my house one time and you brought up the idea.
Like we know that's not the case because of
right. Well, right. You were joking because Alpha can like control Zordon's appearance.
That's true. Yeah, people forget.
Because of the whole
Alpha
like a mustache and frizzy hair he pulled in Green with Evil.
I think he even put like a hula necklace on him for some reason.
Alpha, please cease and desist. I think that was his actual words. Wearing glasses, I think.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Maybe in the editing you'll find like the pictures and just put it up.
Yeah, because it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to. I guess Alpha. I'd say he's probably more neutral good.
Yeah. I would say an interesting thing is, would you maybe even put Alpha as just neutral?
But no, because he clearly has a personality and he's good and he's a good boy with a teddy bear.
That's true. I think Alpha 6 might actually be more neutral though than Alpha 5.
Because Alpha 6 is from the streets, yo.
Yes, still one of the weirdest that Power Rangers is.
Dude, I could see I could see like Alpha 6 walking into walking into a neighborhood and just like using the N-word, not realizing they can't use the N-word. I can see it. Yo, what up, man? I can see.
Maybe this is how it works. Maybe Alpha 6 lived down in the sewers with the Ninja Turtle pulls for a good while. Maybe Dimitri was assisting the turtles while Splinter was away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you put Alpha as neutral or lawful? Probably neutral.
Yeah, I'd say neutral.
Yeah.
It's getting a little too big.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I guess Alpha 6. The Alpha that I guess gets probably weirdly just about as much screen time. No, never mind. A season Alpha 5 has a season more.
Yeah. Yeah, Alpha 5.
I'd say neutral also.
Yeah, though I as I said, I feel like there might be an argument for him to be neutral.
Like how?
I don't know. Maybe it's because Alpha 5 seems more like a goody two shoes than Alpha 6.
Because why?
But
Because like the way he talks.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna put him right next to Alpha 5.
Yeah. It's like why they even felt the need to change him out, I don't know. It's like,
Well, okay, they changed him out probably because
like, was it because
they wanted to cheap. Yeah, probably because of the. I forget his name. Richard Horvitz. Yeah, Richard Horvitz probably wanted more money. Probably, I could see that. Because I mean, he's actually a pretty great voice actor. I'm probably gonna splice in some clips of Richard Horvitz. Maybe I'm just gonna play the "Destroy Us All" clip from Billy and Mandy just because.
Destroy us all! Destroy us all! Destroy us all! Destroy us all!
Do you know what I'm talking? You know what I'm talking about, right?
No, not necessarily.
Have you not seen Billy and Mandy?
Oh yeah, I have seen Billy and Mandy. I haven't like watched a lot of it, but when I was young, I used to catch episodes at my grandmother's house.
So there's like a scene where he's afraid of clowns, right? Billy, who's played by Richard Horvitz.
Oh.
And and he's like clowns are coming up for us. Clowns are going to take over the world, and then they're going to destroy us all, destroy us all, destroy us all. He says that throughout like the entire school day. You see him like And he's right next to Mandy and Grim, and he's like, "Destroy us all! Destroy it!" Like you see him in class, you see him in whatever, and you see him like, I'm sorry, like he stops like when like he's on the lunchroom, like, "Please pass the egg salad." Like, "Destroy us all! Destroy us all!"
Here's a weird question. In terms of designs, which alpha do you like better?
I'm probably just nostalgic towards Alpha 5 because I grew up with MMPR also, like at a young age.
So, like Alpha 5 is classic, but strangely enough, I think Alpha 6 actually is a slightly better design simply because I feel like it works in more settings. Like Alpha 6 works, Alpha 5 works excellent for like the very, very sort of like, I don't know what the term is, but like the old style sci-fi of the command center.
Right. That's Alpha 5. And then the power chamber would reflect Alpha 6, which is Alpha 5, but for the Turbo movie. Because whatever. But whatever.
Yeah. So I guess I think really we just have Bulk and Skull left in terms of side characters now.
Yeah.
Unless you put Ernie in there for some reason.
Nah, I feel like for some reason, should I have?
No, not really.
I'd
Now
say
Bulk and Skull. This is definitely an interesting case where this system sort of breaks down. Because it's like
1 second.
Like where do you
have to? I have to reload because.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. Here we go. Like, what do you think? Because like there's a good example of, like I said, where the system breaks down. Because it's like
because of how far they span and how like radically their character changed.
Yeah, but even with season 1, I wouldn't be sure where to put these guys because it's like, are they bad enough to be put in the evil column? Like,
well, season 1, Bulk and Skull kind of were the outliers. They always they sort of they fell into their roles around season 2, and that's where they kind of stayed. I feel.
I would say season 2, pretty much from season 2 onward, I would definitely put them in the neutral category.
Well, I would put them in like chaotic good.
I think by season 6, I would say by Turbo, and once they join the police force, I would definitely put them in the chaotic good. I would say maybe the best place to put them is season 2. I would put them in the chaotic neutral. And then in season 3 and onward, they would be chaotic good.
So in terms of overall appearances,
I would say chaotic neutral is really the best place for them.
Okay.
Or chaotic good is it's really hard to say because you have to remember they did start out as bullies, and that was always sort of like part of their character.
Yeah, but that was only season 1.
Yeah, it was like when they were actually being bullies. Like
that was only
Bulk and Skull have always been relatively great compared to the black and white of everything else.
Right.
Because like even back in season 1, I think they were shown to have their good parts.
Well, that happened more honestly, like in season 1 and 2, season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I personally would say chaotic good for overall, but since
because once seasons 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're all chaotic good in. So yeah, put them up in chaotic good. They deserved it. They've earned their place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bulk and Skull honestly did a great character set.
Yeah. Let me me.
Want to put Professor Phenomenus while we're there?
Yeah, because I guess
I would honestly, I would put chaos. I would honestly say Professor Phenomenus might be a chaotic neutral character.
I'd say true neutral.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me because he kind of like is like in his own like.
Yeah. The only reason why I would say maybe chaotic is simply because of his slightly more unhinged personality.
That doesn't necessarily mean like in
That's
terms of
true.
like. He's just kind of there, you know. He's not bothering anyone except for
Yeah.
maybe like any aliens that he wants to find. Even though like we've
Yeah.
kind of established that aliens were a thing like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But,
Which came down from the moon.
yeah. But like, no, aliens are a big deal now, even though like we know that they exist for a while.
Yep. So you can,
Especially like in the MMPR marketing, where like they're marketed the monsters as evil aliens.
yeah. So congratulations, we finally shifted around on the chart a little bit. And
Yeah.
I am just neutral good.
Saba.
He's neutral good or lawful good.
The guy doesn't have much speaking roles, but he's in every White Ranger appearance.
Yeah.
So
Probably
I
just
put him in here.
you know what I mean?
You know? Yeah. He also speaks bird, according to the live show.
Okay.
That's right. None of you speaks bird. Take me over to the cages. Squawk, squawk, tweet.
I feel like he did that in episode 1.
No, I don't know, maybe, but like I know he speaks bird, and like maybe I'll put a clip up if I care enough. God damn. He goes like squawk, 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 squawk. So like a bird or something. So I guess because he's the extension of Tommy, neutral good.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
It's supposed to be like the light of goodness or something, or whatever the White Ranger powers was supposed to be.
well, those are vague and like those are kind of the light of goodness is like a throwaway line that like for some reason the comics took literally.
Yep.
I guess since we like kind of delved into in space characters, we're just kind of going all over. I guess Deca,
I would
because I'm tired of doing neutral good characters.
So I would put Deca as either neutral or lawful neutral.
She does have a personality though.
She does, but at the same time, I don't feel like her personality is shifted enough either way to fall into the actually like being full-fledged good. You know what I mean? She's there to
Right.
do her job and do her job as she sees fit.
So lawful neutral it is.
All right.
Unless you have a problem.
No, I think that's fine. Though I do see that she does enjoy toying with people sometimes, though, right?
But yeah, she kind of like fried Donnie a little bit. because he messed with her systems.
Up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, yeah, she fried Donnie a little bit. He's like, yeah, I don't carry a grudge. Well, screw you. You tampered with my body.
Yep.
Um,
And then her just toying with a clipper at the end was also really funny.
yeah.
That is not the password. That is still not the password.
Yeah, she's kind of cheeky, and I like that about her.
Yeah. I always want to put her in chaotic neutral for that, but I don't think that's necessary.
No, she's not. She's not like she doesn't have that like persistent personality trait. It's more like it shows up from time to time. This guy, this motherfucker.
What's his name again?
Uh,
Lavender?
Laragot.
I
I
mean,
only really put him in because of the Turbo movie,
yeah, but he doesn't even really speak in that.
and I put him in because also he appears in the show,
Yeah,
like, kind of sometimes. I want to say probably neutral good or neutral.
probably neutral good.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have enough of like anything. I don't think.
No, he doesn't. He's just a alien who needs help and is apparently friends with Zordon, I think.
Yep.
It's getting real messy. um
Uh, who else we got?
this Demetria, because again we're hopping all over the place. I'd say lawful good.
Oh yeah, Demetria is like the persona of lawful stupid.
Yeah, she has like annoying rules.
Yeah, it's like when people talk about the paladin idea of lawful stupid, this is what they mean.
Yeah. Like Zordon was lax sometimes, because he realized that Rangers be people and not just people, but teenagers.
But yeah, it's like
But-
Zordon actually like adjusted the rules as needed.
Yeah, she's like, well,
Like her entire like shtick was the fact that it's like she only talked to you in questions.
right, because she's from the planet, and I forgot about. See how little I remember from Zero Turbo. I mean, I remember them, but like
Really, that's like the one thing that's memorable about her, that she's annoying.
I remember that she was annoying and she gave like Tommy shit sometimes for like no reason, but
No, it's because you literally refuse to talk in anything but questions for the most part.
she was like the stereotypical rabbi character
I guess
who
so.
who only answers you in questions.
Yeah, but it's like at least with those, it's like they'll talk to you normally, I think, for the most part.
I know. I was just like like when you give them like a question, like they answer it with another question. Like like, oh
Yeah. But it's like it is kind of fitting though that her what is 90% confirmed to be her sister is on the complete opposite side of the alignment chart.
right. Tommy's brother.
Yeah, I don't even know enough about him to even say whether or not he belongs in the good or even the neutral category.
I'd say neutral good. Because he helps out the Rangers a lot.
Yeah.
He's like a
Why they didn't end up making him the Gold Ranger, I don't know.
because Jason brings in the
Bucks.
yeah. Also, Power Rangers has this thing where like it's not intentional, but like if like the Sentai has relatives, the Power Ranger season has relatives also.
Okay.
Like it's not like a but it's not like a like exclusive thing, but it's kind of like noticeable throughout various seasons. I don't know, just whatever. We ran out of like what?
Or the Conqueror.
Well, I was gonna do Justin first, but yeah, sure. Where's it work? He is. Did I pass him?
One over.
No, this is
right next to yeah, right there.
yeah. Neutral good.
I'd almost put him on lawful good. Because he's definitely more justice and honor than like Ninja was, even though he fulfilled the same role. And it's
Right.
like, with his all who know the name, the name, all who serve good know the name of Zordon. I'm afraid I was mistaken. It's like,
So
yeah,
I mean, you think he
let's see.
is? Because I don't remember a lot from Zio.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put him here on
Yeah.
your behest.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to cover all the good guys before
Yep.
villains. Neutral good,
Yep.
or maybe chaotic because he's a kid, but neutral good.
Actually, that's the funny thing. I was like, I think Justin would be an argument like is more lawful than most of the other Rangers. Strangely enough,
Because he has a brain most of the
Pretty
time
much.
in Turbo.
yeah, kind of like the like people have pointed out. It's like if you actually go back and look at it, Justin's like the only Ranger who's actually like written competently,
Yeah,
like being a competent person.
because it's supposed to be a kid's fantasy thing.
Yep.
Not really, but whatever. Okay.
Blue Centurion, lawful good.
Yeah, because he robot and he good
Be
and
robot.
programming. Yeah. He from the future. Head canon from SPD. Probably. Yeah.
He's probably like close relative of Rick.
Yeah. He traffic monitor
Yeah.
robot. No. I actually just watched the what's it called? The Gokaiger what's it called episode? The Gokaiger Car Ranger episode. Because I'm watching Gokaiger right now. And like they determined that the ultimate power of Gokaiger is knowing traffic laws and posing. That's how the ultimate it's our Car Ranger power. Like the ultimate power of Car Ranger, knowing traffic laws and posing.
Remember, the evil pizzas are no match for a simple stoplight.
Yeah. All right.
The Phantom Ranger. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's mysterious and stuff, but to kind of like a point where he's like, you can't really get a character out of him. So I'm just gonna put neutral good.
Pretty much, yeah.
You got a cool design though.
Yep. Definitely got a cool design.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy the figure. I have it. It's in my Target, so maybe. I think with that we can do the Space Rangers now before we get into the bad guys. I just wanted to like make sure we have all the good guys.
I'd say so.
Yeah. So let's do the Space Rangers.
So Space Rangers are slightly more nuanced.
Right.
They're
Well, I'm starting with Andros because I probably should have started with the other guys, but because
probably
they've been in Turbo. But Andros, I'd say he kind of borders on lawful good at times.
definitely.
So I'm gonna. Should I put him like in where Billy is right now?
I'd say so, yeah.
Because he's got rules, but he's a whatever, but like he's definitely like neutral, but like he's kind of annoying about the space powers and
Yeah. I mean, part of his whole like character arc is him softening up.
yeah.
He's also got like a very specific quest he's on, which is helpful.
Yeah. All right, the Turbo 2 team, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do the rest. Who's honestly their character development really happened in space. That's kind of why I gave them the spacesuits. Because space is kind of a better season anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they all had like bits and some decent character development moments. There was some, I guess, minor rivalry, but like very slight towards Andros and TJ, but like not enough for like. It was brought up every once in a while, but like so sparsely that you kind of really don't notice it. Like more so in the beginning, and then it just kind of died off, like because they realized like, yeah, he knows more about space stuff than we do.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still gonna put him in neutral good because
they all pretty much fall into neutral good.
Right, but like as opposed to the Alien Rangers, I want to go over them individually because they actually have character.
Yeah, some of them shift slightly more towards, I wouldn't quite say chaotic. None of them really get that far.
Maybe Carlos a little bit because he's a little more energetic.
Yeah, especially when it's like later teamed up with especially when you compare him to the later when Zach comes back.
Right.
You do really sort of
Not Zach, you mean Adam.
Yeah, when Adam comes back, you do really see the contrast there between the two of them.
Yeah. So they all do really like they all really are neutral good. The girls kind of get shoved in this season, but they don't really have so much arcs.
Well, I'll need to check, but they're definitely more character. In Space definitely did a better job on the character department than.
Yeah, they do have like a lot for like a day-to-day character. Like I think like the arc stuff is meant for like Andros and Zane specifically, but like they did have good character interactions, and they felt like a team. Like for sure. There was no slot fillers, but there were really no arcs for any of the Turbo veterans. Except for Justin. Weirdly enough. And Justin and Adam. But they had like whole episodes dedicated to them. I mean, well, Carlos also had that girl thing, the thing with the little girl. But like in terms of like, for the most part, it's pretty much just red and silver. Which we're going to talk about Zane right now. Let me just put Cassie in.
Cassie's interesting because I think she was like the most reluctant out of like the initial ones to like jump at being a Turbo Ranger. Like,
right.
TJ jumped like at his first opportunity, but like Cassie actually was like rather reluctant.
Yeah.
Now Zane,
he's the Zach of the group.
Yeah, Zane.
That's like
I would almost put him into chaotic good. But maybe not quite that far. I'm
gonna put him right under Zach.
Yeah, the sort of main reason I almost want to put him though more into chaotic good than Zach,
because he's not there half the time.
No, it's actually because of the first like thing he does, like an episode or two after he comes onto the team, and that is
the bait and switch.
Maybe
with Psycho Silver bait and switch.
No, not that. I'm talking about the fact that he actively lets the team believe that he is dying.
Oh, right. He acted like a dick for no reason, just to mess with them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's kind of why I want to put him in chaotic good.
Right.
Like all the way into chaotic good.
But nah, it was just good fun. It was just good fun. Maybe he shouldn't have done it, but like you could tell he didn't really want to harm anyone. I think we're done with Rangers.
I think so.
Are we? Well, no. Well, we still got the Psychos. But, those are.
Yeah, but those are separate.
Yeah.
You
get done with good guys.
Especially in the early seasons, is that they pretty much all fall into neutral good.
Sorry, 1 second. I actually think I need to add one more.
Yeah, and I'll be back in just 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You know what? I'll be back in like 2 seconds too. I'm probably gonna edit like this out.
Later.
What's up?
I'm back.
Were you talking, or I can actually like edit out?
No, I wasn't talking.
Okay, so I can. Okay, good. I guess before we get into the villains, should I get into should I put Rito on this list or no?
Yeah, I'd say put Rito, especially because you could just one of like we could throw him into one of the other categories, which is kind of nice.
Okay. You let me just check OBS with it. Okay. So I'm just going to go to Legacy and get a picture for Rito and Master Vile, because I think Master Vile belongs here on the second thought. Okay. MMBR season 3. The villains. Yeah, I think Rito's like substantial enough to where like we can put him in.
Yeah, especially because he was the actual reason why they have to like change powers. He's kind of the one who's like whacked the original power coins.
Right. Let's get into the villainous villains. Let's start with Rita.
Yeah, so this is actually for those of you who are now in like what is it at 2 hours into this thing.
Please tell me. Please
This is
tell me I put Rita in here.
this is actually the whole reason why I started thinking of this, because even though, as we've clearly demonstrated, all the Power Rangers, and I like actually all of them, with the exception of the
With these guys.
one alien
These guys.
ranger that didn't show up for a while, are all neutral good. There's actually a surprisingly large spread in the villains for the early Power Rangers.
I forgot to
Don't get
put
me
Rita in
wrong,
here.
they're pretty much all evil, but they actually
They're different kinds of evil.
Yeah, all fall all over the evil chart. Not like all the way all over, but it's like there's the whole gambit there, I think.
Yeah.
Especially once you get into in space, you really start to see a lot of interesting bits of variety.
Yeah, where's Rita? Where did she end up? Here we go.
Yep, up at the top.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. I'd say chaotic evil for Rita.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because she's like
that was
monsters make havoc, do whatever.
Yeah, I would say she's definitely much more chaotic evil than someone like Lord Zed, simply because she's much more like, I will make problems for the Rangers, and it's like, I would just like, I think what seals her to be chaotic evil as opposed to neutral evil is simply the fact of how relatively, I guess, like petty she acts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's one of the major criticisms people have about Rita. But like, I think that's kind of like interesting. I'd say she's kind of on the line between neutral evil and chaotic evil in this similar way that Zach and Zane are.
So you think you think I should put her here?
I'd say so, because I wouldn't put her all the way into chaotic evil, because there are several characters that I would say are much more chaotic evil and are a much better archetype for that.
Like probably her brother.
Yeah, Rito is a perfect example of chaotic evil, where he's just in it for the fun of it, and is like, I am evil. And it's like, I will shoot you, and I will say bye-bye, and I will, all that sort of stuff. It's like part of the reason why Rito is just so fun to watch is because he is chaotic evil.
He's literally a freaking military skeleton.
Yeah.
Like, like what other personality do you give to that? Maybe let's do their dad now.
Yeah, just do the entire Ree family.
Yeah.
I'm not sure honestly where to put Master Bile.
I'd say neutral evil.
Yeah. He
Because
also
he's so blah.
yeah, he's pretty blah, but he does also sometimes have some fun, chaotic like swings. Like when he just decided to throw a party for Angel Grove because you know it's like, well, we're about to beat you, so have fun.
But that's like whatever. That's like kind of not really. Most of his like actual actions are very
Just
blah. Like I'm evil, but like, you know, whatever. I'm the villain. Haha.
yeah,
That's it.
I put him very close to where Rita is, actually, to be honest.
Sure. But he's still very firmly in the neutral evil camp.
Yeah.
Rita is in between. Whatever. Okay. Psychos will do a little later.
Zed?
Dark Spectre.
Dark Spectre is pretty much the embodiment of neutral evil.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker in this place.
Yep.
And that's
Obey me because I'm evil. Not because
I am Space Nepal, Hitler, Dark Side, Thanos.
yeah. Like that's the thing. He is true evil. He is just true embodiment evil. And it's not like he's like this doesn't even follow like the like that's the fun thing. It's like the devil, strangely enough, in D&D, the devil is not neutral evil, he's actually lawful evil. But that's because he has a code.
Yeah, that would make sense because the devil would have he has to have rules.
Yeah. But it's like Dark Spectre, no, it's like I am evil, and that is what I am, and that's like just the embodiment of the ruling destructive evil, but not the unhinged rage evil, which would be chaotic, but not the lawful evil either. So he is truly true evil.
Yeah. Louis Kaboom. I know we have others like probably that should be put before. I just kind of want to get him out of the way.
Yeah,
he's
we know
prominent
where
enough.
this guy goes, I think.
It's probably neutral evil.
I would actually put him in chaotic evil. He's definitely a lot more chaotic than pretty much anything else in the Machine Empire.
I guess.
Especially because he was actually created by Rito.
He's a bomb.
Or Rito, or
yeah. Well, he was made from a bomb.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, his origin is like a lot more like coherent than in the Sentai. The Sentai, he just kind of becomes sentient just because.
As I said, I put him in chaotic evil.
Yeah, I'm just like organizing. I'm just like reshaping him.
He just somehow like manages to take over the Machine Empire overnight. It's like just declares, I'm in charge now. And then everyone
to be fair, yeah. This guy, I'm only putting him in here because he's the main villain in the Sentai. I rarely remember anything about him. I barely remember his name.
I don't remember anything about him. Like, I want to say he's either neutral or lawful evil. I don't remember enough about him though to know which one.
Let's just do neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's from Turbo. I just kind of, you know, there are like other more memorable characters in Turbo. I just know that he's the main villain in the Sentai.
Yeah.
And that kind of wedged his spot to being on this list.
Yeah.
Even though that probably technically shouldn't, because this is a Power Rangers thing, but whatever. Elgar, he lasted a while.
2 seasons somehow.
3 seasons?
2.
You said 3, I think.
No, I said 2.
Okay, whatever.
Elgar, I'd say this guy's probably in chaotic evil. What do you think?
I think neutral just because he's a lackey.
Yeah. Also because he's just so stupid. He's like too stupid to actually have enough brain power to be like chaotic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Never noticed how yellow his teeth are until now. Never stared at him long enough.
I still give I think Raphael prompts for kicking him.
Here we go with the Lean Green Ninja team. I want to make it smaller because we got like more neutral evil people, but like not like so much.
Neutral evil is going to be the highest, density, but that's the interesting thing is that like we've already have a bigger spread in the chaotic zone for evil than we do for good.
I think that's just because we're also not going in order.
That's true.
For the evil, I'm just kind of picking it at random just because I'm like tired of scrolling up and down.
Yeah.
Let's see, King Mondo. I guess to a lesser extent, his wife.
Yeah.
I would have put the rest of the Machine Empire, but like these are kind of the only ones that really stick out.
I would say they're both in the neutral evil, or would you put them in lawful? What do you think?
Well, they're the heads of the empire. They don't follow any rules, and they don't really have like a code. They just kind of do what they want.
So I'd put them both in lawful, in neutral, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Most big bads are neutral evil because they're not too powerful to follow a code under most circumstances.
Right. Like yeah. I'm putting them like here. It's just Finster.
Now Finster's an interesting one. I don't remember that much, but I don't know, maybe the comics are clouding my judgment. I think there's an argument to be had to actually put him into the chaotic neutral category.
I think that's probably just the comics. I would go for lawful evil because he's kind of like a toady, but he very much does listen to Zed and Rita.
Yeah, like here's the thing. Aside for him putting obviously evil flourishes in his monsters, like, are you sure you don't want a nice fire-breathing hedgehog instead? Never really seemed to be like actually, evil. You know what I mean?
Get that.
Like that's what I mean. It's like, and it's like similar thing, strange enough for SWAT.
Well, he does fight for the bad guys. That's the thing.
Like that's the thing, he fights for them, but it's like his personal alignment. Like, let's be honest, if you threw him in with Zordon and Alpha, or even Bulk and Skull, like I think you'd be perfectly fine being there as well.
Huh.
That's kind of why, as I said, maybe I think a lot of this honestly is the comics coloring my opinion of him a bit. But that's just sort of my feelings on it.
So I will put him in here also so we can have someone in here probably.
Yeah.
I understand your argument. I'm not against it. I just, I whatever. He fights for the bad guys, so that technically means that he doesn't like mind certain things happening to just people.
That might actually classify him for neutral, because he's not actively. He's like, they're just like, what do I care if my things cause harm? I just care about making good monsters.
Fair. If this were the comics, I'd probably put Goldar and Lawful Evil, but this is the show is definitely neutral evil.
Yeah, Goldar is very much neutral evil. He grovels
Like he has no loyalty in the show. It's very kind of obvious in the show. Like he's kind of like the only reason why he goes to Lord Zed is because he's afraid that he's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
In the comics, it's a sense of like honor and loyalty, and he has like because yeah. In the show, it's like
Pretty much.
oh Lord Zed, you're the best because
person has come along.
Yeah.
I will grovel at this person's feet because if I don't, then he will kill me along with my boss.
Yeah. Or ex-boss. we're playing out. We're playing our averages here.
Sorry,
yeah,
the bigger fish in the pond.
Yeah. If you don't like it, you complain about it to your dad. But I'd say maybe chaotic, like he borders on chaotic just because like he loves to toy with his victims sometimes.
Yeah, I'd say that's he's very much there's another example where it's like depending on what day it is, he could really fall in. I would say put him in neutral, but depending on what day, he'll either fall and the circumstances, he'll either fall neutral lawful or neutral chaotic, depending on evil still, but like you know what I mean.
Right. So I'm gonna put him right under Rita in that in between category.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. Because like he really does for different reasons, but he very much has that energy where like he's kind of a pansy, but he loves to like murder people sometimes.
Yeah, like he gets a real enjoyment out of what he does sometimes.
Yeah. Like, like when he had Jason in the Dimension of Darkness, he just kept on stabbing his sword. And like that was like, as a kid, that gave me anxiety. I'm not kidding. As a kid, that really gave me anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a pretty like good suspension and whatever. Maybe the payoff was a little weak, but like it kind of has to be weak at that point where you're like, oh, every like stroke he's gonna probably get him this time, and he can't morph. Yes. So I don't
know.
Whatever.
Squat and Babu.
Squat and Babu. Where are they? Oh, they're here.
Yeah.
I was just like looking for neutral evil, maybe, or neutral, either or.
Neutral evil, or I was thinking maybe put him along with like Finster in the neutral chaotic.
Yeah, but they don't really do much, so I think they're more just neutral.
Yeah, like they pretty much are fine serving whoever, to be honest.
Yeah,
and once again, maybe it's the comics influence again because it's like imagine the thing that happened with Rito and Goldar in throughout Zeo. If that happened with Squat and Babu, I think they would.
That would kind of be in character for them, actually. Yeah.
Perfectly in character.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put them as true neutral, just because they're the bad guys, but they're
just who they happen to be living with, pretty much. Just serving.
In the words of Zangief, I am bad guy, but I am not that guy.
Yeah. The thing is, like, Babu is honestly, in some respects, slightly more evil in the comics, simply because he does have that propensity for like poisons and stuff like that.
Right.
But that's like they do shifts around and stuff.
Yeah, in the comics it also shifts around. It's I think the characterization in the comics like are just kind of an extension of what little we saw in the show.
Yeah, they're probably
the most accurate.
Yeah, they're probably the ones that are like almost a 1-for-1 translation.
Yeah, like if they got more screen time, I could see them very much like acting like that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure who we didn't cover.
Oh,
Diva
yeah,
Talks.
you have Mondo and Machina in one picture right there.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Talks, so Diva Talks will go exactly where we assume her to go.
neutral evil.
No. I would put Diva Talks in chaotic evil.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that because she's very like self oriented and she's very like,
Yeah. It's not like she's evil, not so much because she is evil. She's evil because she gets what she wants when she's evil.
also she's petty.
Yeah, that's the other main thing.
The whole reason why she's attacking Earth to begin with is because the Power Rangers messed up her wedding.
Which
Well,
is
and power and ultimate power, but
yeah.
it's kind of yeah.
Mhm.
But like that's kind of her whole reason, just to, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she's like a servant of Dark Spectre and whatever and yada yada yada. I mean, that's retconned, but you know, it's very clearly, yeah.
Yeah. So she only serves Dark Spectre because she believes that he'll give her power. You know, it's like she serves him as a path for her power, even
Also,
though she also knows that he'll eradicate her if she steps out of line.
She reminds him of someone. He reminds
Yeah.
he reminds her of someone.
Yeah.
He reminds her of someone.
Mhm. Yeah.
Maybe they're brothers, right? Dark Spectre and whoever the frick.
The funny thing is, she actually does mention that in
the show. Yeah, in space. She like, you know, you look like my late fiance. All right, Ecliptor, lawful evil.
Yep, he is the first and true most clear example of lawful evil we will have here.
I think probably the only, if I'm gonna be honest.
If we were including Lost Galaxy.
Right, Darkonda would be there also.
Not Darkonda, Deviant.
Not Darkonda, sorry,
not Deviant,
yeah.
sorry.
Frick.
Why am I forgetting this?
He had like Villamax.
Yeah, Villamax is like, I would love, honestly, if there's one thing I wish the comics would give us, it's just a scene of of Ecliptor and Villamax just like talking with each other, just like.
Well, they're very different type of people.
That's
also they're very like, they are, you know, very lawful and very honor bound, but
yeah, but
Ecliptor is very clearly in the camp of Dark Spectre. Villamax just kind of does his own thing.
Yeah,
but he's true to his friends.
Yeah,
and
he's interesting because he falls into like a weird chaotic lawful position, which is kind of interesting.
Right. But he's very honorable, which puts him,
yeah,
you know, but you know, Ecliptor specifically, you know, Astronema is his baby.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And he raised her. He's pretty much her father by all factors.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Astronema. Now, this is an interesting debate.
We can't use Corone, because if we used Corone, we'd be able to use Dino Thunder Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
So for her actions as Astronema.
Well, which one? Pre or post cybernetics?
Yeah.
I would say pre-cybernetics, she's somewhere between lawful and neutral evil. But post-cybernetics, it's an interesting debate on
whether she changed or not.
Or whether or not she would be, whether I'd put her in true neutral evil or true lawful evil.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, she is being incredibly lawfully evil, but she's not acting to a code. She's being lawful to the idea of evil,
Right.
which is
Also to her programming specifically.
which is strange enough, kind of different from true evil. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Yeah. I would say,
So overall, for argumentative sake, what would you, I guess, consider the proper astronomer?
probably I think because most of the show she was herself, I think, right?
A good chunk, yeah.
I would put her on the neutral chaos, on the neutral lawful border, the same way that Andros and Billy are.
It's like poetry.
Yes, which kind of makes sense.
No, yeah, I was just like, I'm
It also explains why she doesn't get along with why she's so like directly opposed to Rita.
well, Rita failed.
Yeah,
That her idea of Rita is that she failed like 3 years in a row.
yeah,
So that's not like, even then, like, I just want to like align this perfectly. Like, even if she like doesn't agree with her from an ideological, perspective,
yeah,
she's Dark Spectre's prized, possession. Uh, Rita failed, the master so many times.
yeah,
It's not worth it anymore.
yeah. And it's also like Rita is much more in for herself, while she's much more a war general.
She's for the cause.
Yeah, it's like, let's be honest, out of all the villains so far on here, she's the only one who's really going to just send out a massive invasion force as plan one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
I guess Darkonda now.
Yeah. Well, we know we're
Chaotic evil, I'd say.
chaotic evil.
Yeah, that's like the most obvious.
Yeah.
He's very much, I'm for me and no one else.
Yeah. And I enjoy.
I'm going to be the most powerful being in the universe. Screw Dark Spectre, unless he's right in front of me.
Yep. In which case, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. I have 9 lives and I'm going to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Or how many lives does he actually have? I forget.
Actually, yeah. Or at least he's like had a base of 9. I don't know how many were eliminated before the show started, but it's like, yeah, like on his sheet, he has 9 lives.
Is it 9? I thought it was like less.
I think well, that's what I'm saying. I think officially he had 9, but I think he already had like 2 down before the show started.
Fine, whatever. He got extra lives. He's going to use them.
Yeah.
In
fact, actually, if you really want to see like a study in the difference between lawful and chaotic evil,
Darkonda and Ecliptor.
yeah,
for
the whole
sure.
rivalry between those two is a perfect example of that. In the same way, how the next season, Deviant versus Villamax.
I think we're up to the Psychos.
I think we are. Let's make sure.
We even with all the additions we had, yeah, we're up to the Psychos, dude.
All right.
Chaotic evil.
So that's the weird thing. The Psychos are another group that sort of define complete classification, because even though I would say in a lot of respect they are chaotic evil, there is an argument to be made for them to be lawful evil because of their very specific code of hunt down specific ranger. Is like, in a sense, their code, and that is all that drives them.
Right, but you could argue that that's more of like a, yeah, but like, I see what your point is, because like but they're not very honorable. They're very like straightforward. We're going to kill this,
Yeah,
ranger because
it amounts.
that's
much
what
more
we were
to
born to do.
obsession than a code, to be honest.
Right. Yeah.
It's more like a neuroses and something that's honestly just built into them, as opposed
Yeah.
to them having a particular like. It's like they just go after those rangers because that's what they're meant to do.
Yeah. How they do it? Oh, they're gonna do it in the most brutal way possible.
They care not who gets in their way.
Yeah. So I'd say that's what makes them chaotic evil.
I would say yes.
Yeah. Let me just touch this up to have a more, I guess, palatable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Even though this is sort of like when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we pretty much have a complete reverse spread between the two zones. If you look at it, like if you take out the psychos, we have the exact same number of lawful good to chaotic evil, the same number of chaotic good to lawful evil, and the same number of neutrals on all sides.
Yeah, that's true.
Which sort of is exactly what you'd expect from this type of show.
It's like poetry.
Yep.
Like Anakin and Luke and Padme and Leia.
Mm-hmm.
That's like.
And everything.
I'm sorry. George Lucas said that. It's the stupidest line George said.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you actually look
It makes sense. It makes sense when he's no, I get it, but like it's just like the way that he said it was stupid.
Oh yeah.
It's like I understand what he meant by that.
Yeah.
And I get it. I understand yeah, that's cool. But
like the thing is he literally means that because I saw a video recently from the So Uncivilized channel about how the way George Lucas made the various sequels to his own films is essentially taking each film and then turning them upside down repeatedly.
Which is fine. And that makes sense. Like obvious, like yeah, I mean I've seen Star Wars and Indiana Jones, that works out for that. I still need to watch American Graffiti and one or two other of his movies that I wanted to watch. Was that American Graffiti? I think was Harrison Ford's big break. But like look, I don't have a problem with how George, with like what George meant behind it. I just think that he doesn't know how to speak in like the most eloquent way sometimes.
I mean, he literally referred to himself when he got one of his awards as the master of wooden dialogue.
Yeah.
Do you find it slightly ironic though, back to Power Rangers, that Psycho Pink is actually the first to fall in space?
And the last to fall in Lost Galaxy.
Ultimately the last one standing.
Maybe that was done like specifically. No, that wasn't, because it couldn't have been because Kendrick's actor.
Yeah.
That wasn't planned. You can plan for a lot of things, but you can't plan for cancer. Which it turned out to be benign, or it turned out to not,
Well, she got it treated, I think.
She got it treated, whatever. It turned out, nothing happened. Yeah, she recovered, which people do recover from cancer.
By the way, apparently I actually heard part of the reason why originally Cass was supposed to take her place, but part of the reason why she didn't and we ended up getting Corone was because Cass was only supposed to be paid as a guest actor, as opposed to a full actor, while Kendrick's actor would still get full pay. And the reason they did that was actually they wanted to keep her on full pay so that she could help pay for her treatment.
Oh.
It's actually one of the few examples. It's like I know Power Rangers had issues with pay in the past, and still probably does to some degree. It's actually a surprisingly like touching
Yeah,
example.
that's a noble thing.
Yeah. But it also meant that they had pay issues with someone else.
Right, but like obviously that was like discussed beforehand. So it whatever. It wasn't like they kind of like dumped it onto someone.
So here it is, the full Zordon era alignment chart.
Yeah, probably took a little longer than we thought it did. It would,
Well,
but
tangents we got on. It was like I warned you people. It's like honestly, you came here more just to talk, watch us go on tangents than to actually like see us just sort these characters.
oh, silly Warsmith. People don't watch us.
I can't say I disagree with you there. You peeked out your microphone.
Sorry. How's this? Okay.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Maybe we'll do a part 2 if this does better than, but we'll probably just do it regardless because this is easy to edit, and then we'll have like another conversation later. I guess the continuity or episode is coming.
Hopefully.
No, definitely. I just want to take a break from big editing projects.
I don't blame you.
I mean, and you know, it's not like I don't like, you know, you one time said this to me, you know, when you just do like just do the audio. Like I want people to be visually entertained as well.
Yeah.
And this is like sort of a reprieve from that. This is like,
yeah.
But maybe we won't count this as like your discussion. Maybe we'll do another discussion as you, because like I could see like kind of like a spin-off thing for this. I don't mind doing this like 2-3 more times.
Yeah.
I probably need to get caught up on Neo Saban stuff, but like I don't mind doing this 2-3 more times because it's easy. It's gonna be easy to edit, and it's gonna be we could just discuss this, and we could have a more consistent upload schedule with this.
All right. This is the Delta Base signing out.
Yeah, we're signing off. Bye.